welcome in. Welcome back to Kicking It with Tina One. So if you're here for the replay, welcome in. And if you're just coming in, welcome in. All right. So tonight's live is about when support turns into jealousy and you feel the shift. When support turns into jealousy and you feel the shift. All right. So let's talk about it because some people didn't switch up on you overnight. They shifted when you started leveling up. All right. Hey, got number one. So today's topic is on when support turns into jealousy and you feel the shift. All right. So like I said, some people didn't switch up on you overnight. They shifted when you started leveling up. They were good with you when you were on their level. But the moment you started growing, something changed. If you ever felt that shift, drop a heart. Drop a heart in the chat if you ever felt that shift. So if you ever had somebody who used to support you heavy, used to be happy for you, used to show up for everything you did, and now it feels different, not loud hate, just quiet distance, that's what we're talking about tonight, all right? Because jealousy doesn't always look like hate. Jealousy is not always loud either. Sometimes it sounds like you always busy now, you changed, and you think you better. That's not the case. You just grew, okay? And growth will expose who was connected to your potential and who was only comfortable with the old version of you. That's right. Again, growth will expose who was connected to your potential and who was only comfortable with your old version. Okay? So, why support turns into jealousy? This is deeper than people think. Some people loved you when you were struggling, accessible, not fully in your power yet, because it made them feel comfortable. But when you start moving different, thinking different, and elevating, you become a reminder of what they're not doing. Hi, how are you? I'm Tina. How are you this evening? And like I said, you move different, you thinking different, and you start elevating, and you become a reminder of what they're not doing. And instead of being inspired, they feel threatened. So let me ask you this. Have you ever lost people just by growing? Growth cost me people if that's your experience, or you could simply drop a heart in the chat. If you have ever lost people just because you was growing or elevating. Yep. The signs that support has turned into jealousy. Now watch this closely. They stop liking or commenting on your stuff. They act uninterested in your wins. They get distant when you're doing well. They only want to reconnect when you're slow or, struggling. They throw a little shade in disguise as jokes. And energy like that, it don't lie. It just reveal really who people are. And that's them saying it out loud. All right. So don't shrink yourself to keep people comfortable. Never. All right. And this is where a lot of people mess up. You start dimming yourself to keep people. You stop posting what you stop sharing. You stop growing out loud, all to make others people comfortable. No. Mm-mm. Anyone who requires you to shrink is not assigned to your next level. Hear me again when I say that. Anyone who require you to shrink is not assigned to your next level. All right? So I'm going to give y'all a mini exercise, and I want you to check in with yourself. All right? Think, where have you been shrinking just to keep somebody else comfortable? Where have you been shrinking just to keep somebody else comfortable? Thank you for those hearts. Now ask yourself, what would happen if I stopped shrinking today? What would happen if I stopped shrinking today? That answer right there, that's going to be your next level. All right? So now, repositioning without bitterness. Do not have to hate them, but you do have to see them clearly. You do have to see them clearly. You have to pay attention, and you can't make your mind believe what you want it to be. You have to come to the realization of exactly who they are. No more pretending, no more make-believe, because everybody can't go with you. You have to know some people are seasonal, some were situational, and some were only assigned, again, to the old version of you. And that's okay. But don't confuse history with alignment. That's right, Sharon, no more. Do not confuse history with alignment. All right? So if you're learning how to stop shrinking and set real boundaries and trust what you feel, guys, I always tell y'all I have my Clarity Over Comfort workbooks that walk you through step by step. You can find them in the description of any one of the shorts or the videos, because choosing you will feel comfortable it feels uncomfortable at first, but staying small will cost you more. Hello, Olaf's Elsa. I hope I didn't screw your name up. How you doing this evening? Thank you, Sharon, for those gifts. So I have to always give you guys you some faith. All right? Remember this. God will elevate you and then show you who can handle it. And not everybody is built to go where you're going. And that's not rejection. That's redirection, okay? Again, God will elevate you and then show you who can handle it. And not everybody is built to go where you're going. And that's not rejection. That is called redirection. Again, I help people turn emotional confusion into clarity and self-trust. If this spoke to you, share it with someone who has been feeling this shift. And I'll see y'all in part 5 tomorrow, because we're not done yet. Tomorrow, Wednesday, 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time. That's right. Not everybody. So again, stop shrinking to keep people comfortable. Growth will reveal everything. Clarity over comfort, y'all. Remember that. So I want to leave you guys tonight with a bunch of love, peace, and blessings. And I will see you all Wednesday night, 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time for part 5. Make sure y'all come back, like and subscribe. Catch the replay. You do not want to miss it. Hope you all have a blessed night. Peace.